Hi guys, just a quick video on stropping. There's a lot of different grinds out there, scandy, hollow, convex. There's far too many for me to do in the video, but I will be doing each and every one at some point, probably after Christmas. But we'll start with the one that everybody seems to go for these days, and that's a scandy grind. Okay. Not actually used this for a while, so it has got an edge on it, but it can be improved. So, stropping. I use this when I'm at home. This is called a paddle strop. Okay. It's essentially two pieces of leather stuck down either side to a wooden baseboard like this. In the field, I use something similar to this, but obviously a lot smaller, probably about that big, to carry my maintenance knife kit. But when I'm at home, I'll use this. You can use your leather belt, you can use leather boots, any piece of leather really. You can even use canvas. I've used canvas sometimes. On this side, I have a grey compound. You can also use black, which is a more coarser grit. And on this side, I use a green compound, or sometimes I use blue, otherwise known as Smurf poo compound. Now you can use, you can do stropping without compound, but I find it probably takes that little bit longer. But you will get the same results, but it just takes longer, that's all. And I think that if you use the green compound or the blue compound, that really enhances and polishes your blade a lot more if you wasn't going to use a compound in the first place. So I tend to use compounds, but I have done stropping without compounds in the past, but I think this is probably the best way of doing it. So, more heavy-duty companion, good knife, Scandinavian grind. Okay. So, flat table or on your knee if you're confident of doing it. Okay. Try and bring it closer to the camera. Okay. So, best way to do this: find the bevel. This is why a lot of people go with Scandinavian grinds, because they are very, very easy to sharpen. Because you start from that bevel there all the way down to the edge. Okay. So you want your knife there. Okay. Now there's two different ways of sharpening this. Okay. One is put your knife on the bevel like this, and tilt it forward like that. Now I do this two ways. Okay. So, and then bring it all the way down, and as you get to the tip, just raise your arm or your hand just a little bit to the tip. Okay, so you're stroking away from you. Same on the other side. Find the bevel, tilt the knife, go all the way down. When you get to the tip there, just raise your hand just a little bit and go to the tip like that, like so. Okay. Now, number of strokes depends really on what knife it is, what grind it is, how badly it needs sharpening. I would usually go with maybe about 20 to 25 strokes either side like this. So I'll do 25, 25, check the edge, check it on paper, or even shave the hairs on your arms and do it that way. Once I've done that, I'll turn to the green side or blue side, whatever the compound you go with, and do exactly the same. Okay. Now, pressure. Scandy grind very easy sharpening on a strop, requires very little pressure. So when you're stropping, you're not pushing down really hard, as I've seen people do. You just merely go with the bevel. If you hear sounds like this, it means you're doing it wrong. Okay. So when you listen to it, it's just as important as actually looking, because it makes a different sound. But what you don't want is a scraping sound. I'm balancing this in the air in a minute, so just bear with me. That's all I've got, the phone at the minute, not a camera. Okay, so I apologise if you can't see it. Okay, I'm showing it slow now. Normally I go at warp speed. I do really fast doing this. Okay, and then do exactly the same the other side. Okay, start one side, tilt it slightly towards the tip. Okay, it gets so easy on Scandinavian grinds because the bevel there, the shoulder, kind of guides you itself. Okay, so always go away from you, never towards like that, because you're going to cut into the leather. So it's always working away from you. Like I say, when you've done that, the other side, and a blue or green compound will basically just finish your blade off nice and shiny. Now, the way I do it is very little pressure, like this, and I go like this. Applying very little pressure. Other side. Barely touching the leather at all. Okay? Okay, check the blade. Check the blade. See, that's all it took. All it took was that. Okay? Other side, same again, bevel. This polishes up the edge. Okay, that's all you need. Okay, but this is a Scandinavian grind. Okay, so what you don't want to do is you don't want to tilt your blade too far. So I've seen people strop like that. If you look at the angle, okay, you're going to be stropping there where the bevel is. Okay, right there, not there, which I've seen too many people do, because that's just going to round your edge off. Okay, and because it's Scandinavian grind, all that edge there, right up to the shoulder there, all that needs to be polished. All that needs to be sharpened. So as well as the tip, okay, as well as the tip, lay it flat as you can as well, and tilt it very slowly, and also do the back bit of the edge. Okay, and you'll notice there's a different sound to this. Okay, so it's a lot quieter sound. And what you're doing is you're polishing the whole edge of the Scandi. Okay, so not just that edge, but all of that. Okay, so first of all, you sharpen where the bevel is, then you hold the knife flat as you can, and then tilt it very, very gently, and then do some more strokes with that side, so that you're polishing not only the very edge, but you're polishing all this bit as well. Okay, so later videos I'm going to be covering convex grinds, saber grinds, but hollow grinds. They're pretty much the same way, which I'm going to show you anyway. And I'll also show you how to do work a blunt blade or a chip blade using just a DC4, followed by a strop. And then probably later on in the new year, I'll be showing you how to work Japanese whetstones to really put an edge, or even to change the edge geometry of a knife. That will come at probably later stage back end of next year. So hopefully you've learned a little bit something from that, especially for some novices that's probably first starting out, who not too sure how to sharpen a Scandinavian grind like a Mora or something similar. So hope that helps you out. Thanks, folks.